Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central Spotlight. With me today in the studio, ladies and gentlemen, is the man that ensures that the Kizomba dance floors in the United States of America still reflect the origin, the authentic Kizomba of Angola. DJ Ross, the last line of defense. Welcome to Diaspora Central Spotlight.
Thank you, Gil.
Indeed, authenticity seems to be the theme of the year.
That's the way to go.
Yeah,
that's
the way to go.
Yes,
the man says. Let's now figure out if that is definitely the way to go. So I understand that currently there is a big, major effort going on in regards to what used to be Noite da Dipanda that is now expanded into become BALUMUKA Fest.
Yes, we as always, we make sure that every year we not just bring what we have in store, but also explore opportunities to expand.
Right.
And this year, we starting preparing for BALUMUKA for Noite da Dipanda.
Yeah.
And along the way, there was a need to really reflect what we been working on. And Noite da Dipanda was no longer the name to really keep it, because Noite da Dipanda, for those who speak Spanish and for those who speak Portuguese, no, it's just referring to one day, one occasion. We were doing a weekend, but since we're exploring the 3 days, which may also kind of like spend to a 4 days event, so BALUMUKA Fest, it will reflect. BALUMUKA Fest will embody what really we have for this year.
Oh, okay.
And Noite da Dipanda is not gone yet. Noite da Dipanda still be one of the theme of the night.
Okay.
And so will be Saturday, Noite da Dipanda. For those who are coming from Noite da Dipanda, come on. Noite da Dipanda is still on.
Okay.
But BALUMUKA Fest is broad. And then it has involved to more. It will not just be the instructors. Will be live music. We're going to have a band. We have to have two very prestigious Angolan singers, and Noite da Dipanda would not be appropriate to really represent, to really give the opportunity to those artists. And DJs are full and beautiful lineup of DJs, instructors from Europe to Angola to US, Spain. So we really trying to bring the best of Kizomba, Samba, and there is some surprises.
Okay. Now, looks like the theme is authenticity. Everyone is coming in on the theme or under the theme of authenticity. Let's kind of unpack that a little bit. Why authenticity? What was the need for authenticity? Was there not enough authenticity in Kizomba?
I would say what happens along the years is that the entire world fall in love with the Kizomba.
Okay.
And also has always, when you learn a dance, you tend to twist a little bit. It's not because you want to do on purpose, but it's just that that's what happens with anything. You learn something, but also you want to put a twist of what you...
It's expression, right? Dancing is an art. As an art, entails expression. So personal expression, social expression becomes what it becomes, right? Because after all, even Kizomba is a hybrid genre already that entails also the expression of several individuals, right? So let's kind of go through it. So as you guys take a look at the changes that happened throughout the years, you found the need to have to
go back to the roots.
Go back to the roots.
Because the roots still beautiful. It's still, and it's just like in anything else. When you learn, you can twist it, you can modernize, you can put your own spin on it, but no is the original. No is, because it's easy for you to go back and forth.
Right.
And what we notice is that a lot of people learn Kizomba, but they are learning from different people.
Okay.
And for some reasons, some never got in contact to what is original. And so, and the only way to get it is if you have instructors that are learned from directly from Angolan instructors or directly from instructors from somewhere, but he really focused on what is authentic, you will have you will have the original,
Right.
and as you evolve, you always know what is the original. But we have a lot of good dancers, a lot of good instructors, a lot of good students that they just getting what is being offered to them.
Gotcha.
They don't know anything, and so for us to come up with the need to have our events and represent what is authentic, we think is an opportunity.
Okay.
For new students, for the instructors, because even the instructors, we want to welcome the instructors, because the instructors that we're going to have will have you gain value, gain more into what you're teaching. And so we will have a workshop specifically for instructors.
Okay, so there'll be a master class.
Yes, that's what we're trying to look. We didn't put up there because it will be exclusive. We already have the instructions that we wanted to work with, and we don't want also appear that we are trying to tell them what to do. No, it's an invitation, it's a voluntary effort. And we just want to welcome instructors, people that are teachers, and people that want to really keep that authenticity. And we are even inviting some to visit Angola, to visit Luanda, to visit Benguela, Wambu, and other provinces. And so there is a lot to gain, and we hope that we can share what we have with everybody.
Right. Now, as you know, of course, in the U.S., you have been here for quite a while. You have attended several events, and you're well known in the circuit of Kizomba. And of course, people can always tell that, okay, you did probably see a deficiency that existed amongst that. But what in terms of authority would you feel that gave you the understanding that you had to do something?
I am Angolan. I'm Angolan. Of course, just being Angolan, I would not think that I have the authority.
That was going to be my next question, because that's just being Angola make you an authority. But looks like you answering that.
Yes, doesn't make at all. I find a way to be humble from what I am, for where I'm from, and I also, I reach out to organizers of events. I reach out to instructors, and I'm a good observer. I dance. I'm not instructor. I don't see myself being instructor, because being instructor is another level of a talent. I appreciate. I know a good dancer. I know a good instructors, but I'm not in the business to really tell people that they are good dancers, good instructors. I'm always into my exchange usually is to add value. My exchange is always to ask people to explore in certain things, certain movement, and so forth. So being Angolan, I grew up in an environment that a Kizomba was just every day. It's kind of like a part of your everyday life. And growing up in a family of artists, and being part of what was Centro Recreativo Bela Vista. That was a recreational center, and my grandma was the owner of the Bela Vista. And
here at Diaspora Central, we like names. You can't just say my grandma. You gotta give us the name of the grandma, because there's always somebody who may know the grandma, right?
Yes, Teresa Antonio, well known by Avô Tete, and she's features in some very traditional Angolan music.
Okay, so when you say Avô Tete, like Jivago's Avô Tete, that's who he's talking about. Mrs. Teresa Antonio from the recreational center Bela Vista.
Yes.
Okay.
And some people may dispute that, which is good.
Okay. But you said they dispute?
Some people dispute, because there is a lot of Avô Tete.
Okay. But what are the theories, though? I mean, for someone who, in those days, the turmas, right, or the bands or the conjuntos, they would actually gather in some of these recreational centers.
Exactly.
So them shouting out the owners was kind of pretty normal. It's a thing of African music, right? That's the call and response.
That is so true. And not leaving aside my uncle Augusto Chakaya, and those are people that really shape.
Hold on. Slow down. Let's reel this back a little bit. Hold on. You said who?
Augusto Chakaya from
Augusto Chakaya. I know who Augusto Chakaya is. My question, it didn't even come out yet. Let me understand correctly. So, you're not only the grandson of Avô Tete, you also the nephew of Augusto Chakaya or Jovens do Prenda.
Yes, I am.
Right.
I am.
Now,
I grew up listening to Jovens do Prenda every rehearsal in my
so
uncle's house.
the rehearsal was in your backyard.
Yes.
So when they came out with Cooperante,
oh, I was right there.
that was in your backyard.
I was right there.
You telling me right now the Calabeto, right? The legendary Calabeto.
I know all those artists because they not just going live in the recreational center, but also when they were rehearsal, I was present, and I didn't know that what they were doing would have the impact that I have today.
Right.
I am by training, I'm a criminology and criminal justice.
Yeah.
But the culture, the music, the dance is not something that I went and grabbed it. It was something that is in me. Gotcha. And in a way that give me this ability to really see something when it's authentic, when there is a need to go back to the roots. And so there is more to talk about, but I also was a singer. I dance.
Now, when you say singer, you vocally trained?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I was being part of the choir, being part of Grupo Musical Raízes for United Methodist Church. So I'm basic. I know what I'm doing right now, and now looking back, I see what really kind of like contribute to what I am and what I'm trying to do. Not just myself, Mr. Angola, Lelis Manuel, which is also somebody that add a lot to what we're trying to do. And not leaving aside the Mr. Gil Ingles. Well, right here, Mr. Gil Ingles is contributing
Definitely, because, I mean, as you know, I am a true advocate of authenticity, and anything that has to do with authenticity, in my opinion, I believe that adds value. I'm okay with the expression and with even changes, but it's okay also to have what it is authentic, remain somewhat authentic to what its root is, so that way people have a choice to go. But you know what? We need to take a very quick break and take a look at some images that have to do, maybe anything that has to do either with the festival, with Kizomba, or with anything. I don't know. Let's go into Kizomba, because after all, we before a criminologist that has gone and done an investigation on authenticity and has now put together an event to solve the lack of authenticity that may exist in the diaspora. And that event is BALUMUKA Fest. So DJ Ross, and we're going to talk about the DJ part as soon as we get back. At this point, it's probably CEO Ross of BALUMUKA Mwangole, correct? BALUMUKA Mwangole.
Yes.
Wow. That's going to be a tongue twister for a lot of Americans. BALUMUKA Mwangole, right here on Diaspora Central. We'll be right back. And we are back. For those of you that just joined us, you now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight, and our guest today is DJ Ross, or Mr. Rosario Luis, the CEO of BALUMUKA Mwangole, or Mr. Authenticity himself.
That's quite introduction.
Indeed. I mean, after all, we're talking about a criminologist. See, I'm just making sure that if it comes time to pass that investigation, I pass on right on through with, with flying colors when it comes to my authenticity here.
This is not the right place
Indeed.
for me to apply the.
No, not at all, not at all, because there are no criminals here, right? Here, Diaspora Central is all definitely about talk about good fun. But we were talking about Jovens do Prenda, you growing up in an environment where music and I guess social gatherings happened all the time. Avó Tete from Jivago's song being the Avó Tete that is actually your grandmother, bro. Sir,
I never really, I never really.
We need to investigate that.
That's a good one. Investigate the investigator.
Indeed.
So I never really thought about it until I made to the States.
Right.
And some of the work, my uncle and a lot of members of Jovem do Prenda, and not just of Jovem do Prenda, Esquecios, and some other groups that are, because every weekend we had a different band, every weekend, and so we were basically being fed from a different perspective. You know, Esquecios, they had
their musicianship. Their musicianship has always been, I mean, supreme. Let me share a story there for a minute, man. Listen, I consider myself very privileged, and when I say privileged, it's really on the basis of being in that generation that had an opportunity to share Kizomba in a different way. I grew up in a household where the gatherings happened at my house. See, every Friday, they had plenty of individuals that would come to my house and would not leave until Sunday morning.
Wow.
Right? So me growing up, I grew up around these guys, and this was around the time in which the band would play until they tire, and then that's when you start putting records on. Wow. So everyone that could play, normally they parked at my house during the weekend.
Now I see. Now I see what is you're getting all this.
Right, and so that kind of gave me really an exposure to a lot of this. And then the fact that I grew up in Wambu, and most of the individuals from Luanda, Kwanza North, Kwanza Sul, they were in Wambu, they knew who they were, and they all hung together. And the meeting place was the Ingles house, was Fontes Ingles' house. So it became basically that place in which dances and things like that just wouldn't normally happen. Believe it or not, dancing has really never been my thing.
Probably until now.
No, even now, I'm actually a person that can go
from time to time. I see you on the dance floor.
No, I go to the dance floor when it is a real good song that I really like. But I'm not like one of these guys that, oh man, I really got to.
I know.
I normally go really just for the engagement to appreciate it, right? Because it is a portion of appreciation, and not to fault many Angolans, but I believe that is one of the things that has also created maybe the growth climate in Kizomba or the lack of growth in Kizomba that did happen in the diaspora was the lack of engagement
from Angolans. Oh yes, that is for sure.
So, because many of us really treated like it was whatever. Of course, dancing was not my thing. But where I was going is the following. I grew up in that environment. When I got in the United States, I really grew up in a primarily American environment, to the point that, in all honesty, I had forgotten Portuguese. Right.
Oh.
Right. Okay. So when my aunt, my father's sister, comes, that's when I really start to, because to her it was like critical that I got back into speaking Portuguese, and that I really started to engage myself a little bit more.
And that's the only way to be informed.
Indeed. Yes. And that's when that's what I started to do. So at that point, the music that I was really kind of more into was very Americanized and whatever. But I then started to really see the need of kind of bringing it back, and I started to appreciate a little bit more of what my infancy was. And to say that I grew up listening to groups like Jovens do Prenda. Kiezus was one of the key groups in my house, and several other ones, right? And I get to the States, and when I really get involved in Angolan culture and Kizomba, I get a chance to actually be the audio engineer and the technical director for Jesus.
Oh,
right?
wow. When was that?
That was in 2005
Okay.
or 2006.
In DC?
In DC
I think
and in Philadelphia.
I think I was in that
Right,
event.
because oh man, well, Zekax was the man that came in leading the band, was the lead singer at the time, to the point that in Philadelphia he got on the ledge that separated the top from the bottom, and everybody was like, this man, if he just slips up one time, he'll be down. But honestly, this guy was on top of that ledge doing violas while singing, and everybody was just like, yo, this is crazy. But it's just amazing things that these guys used to do. And I mean, at that point, he's kind of already tipsy, right? Yeah, it's kind of tipsy, but the show goes on. So really to say that I get this opportunity to work with Jesus, to work with Bonga, and that gave me a different level of appreciation for the culture and really for what was lacking, because it got to that portion that you were mentioning, that in our infancy, I guess, gets put onto us. And all of a sudden, I start feeling that level of responsibility on my shoulders. Not that I was lacking responsibility on my shoulders. I did have some, because when we had no Kizomba groups, I decided to make my brothers become a Kizomba group.
That's the way
that was my rehearsal or my practice to produce Angolan music, right? And so that way they created this group AAA, of which they actually did get a chance to open up for Bonga and other groups that came around that time. I believe it was Patricia Faria also. So and when I talk about Patricia Faria, I'm talking about someone in a way that is dear to me, because aside from being related to me, she is actually someone that the few times that I saw her, she was little.
Okay.
And the next time I see her, she's this young lady that is part of the Jingas.
Yeah.
This young lady who was part of the Jingas and is now Patricia Faria.
Not just Patricia Faria,
right?
She's a good lawyer too.
Right. But I'm saying, I'm just talking artistically. Right. I'm talking artistically. And I mean, my father does not stop talking about Patricia Faria and her law accolades.
She's a good lawyer.
Right. Yeah, she's got plenty of accolades in law. She really does. And believe it or not, you know what? Her father and my father, they basically their parents are brother and sister.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So her father is my father's mother's brother.
Okay. Yeah, you guys were
so
right.
I know her. Right. And her father, actually, on my last few years in Angola, her father lived also with us.
Oh.
Because he had been transferred from Luanda to Wambo.
Okay.
Her father is also in the Justice Department.
Okay.
So her father and my father are in the Justice Department. So, of course, she's definitely the chosen one to
carry on
what it is, tradition, right?
Yes.
Right. Because for a lot of people who today probably look at it, they're like, oh, okay. And then, of course, you have Susana Ingles also in the Justice Department. Right. So family-wise, there's plenty of legacy there, right? To the point that when I told my father that I was going to be an engineer, he kind of like
you're out of
I mean, what's wrong with you? Kind of like
the family tradition.
What's wrong with you? Like, there are a lot of better things to do than being an engineer. But I really wanted to be an industrial engineer, and thank God I've been blessed enough to become what I became professionally, but yet socially and culturally, that infancy gave me really the ammunition and the acumen that today I use.
You're not just engineer. You have plenty of expertise.
Well,
you are journalist.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got no friends, man. I gotta do something with my time.
Yeah, you have plenty of talent.
Yeah,
man.
I gotta do something with my time. I really grew up in the library, believe it or not. So today is no surprise that you will find me at said institute. It's because I really grew up in the library. I was not those kids that was running around, playing around. I could hear all the other kids playing outside and this and that and whatever, but I was in the library. I was always either reading or doing something. It's always been my thing. I kind of really and I say it's a blessed life because today I see the level of responsibility that at a young age I kind of had to tackle at times and be a part of, and has given me the opportunity to work also with some of these names that you mentioned today, and I'm like, or to know even who these individuals are and appreciate, right, for knowing these individuals. So, brother, Kiezus are definitely.
And if going back, it's all those events, all this taking place, it take you back to the authenticity. It take you back to the need to come up with authenticity.
Indeed.
Without it, we cannot look back and we cannot look forward.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely. And and with that point, to tip what I consider my, I guess, probably directive accolade was working with Yola Smedu and the Impactus Quatro, right, or her new band, right, that entails some of the members of the Impactus Quatro. I mean, because this is a band that we really know. If there is an Angolan band that is considered to be a Kizomba band or should be considered a Kizomba band, aside from SOS,
yes,
it's Impactus Quatro.
And the influence that they have on Yola Smedu. Yeah.
Because Yola Smedu is really what Kizomba it becomes later on, right? Because, I mean, Samba is the soul of Angola and Angolans. Now, here in the diaspora, of course, we have Kizomba, we have Samba all entailed into one, which is kind of cool. Kilapanga and everything else all put together. I mean, now we have, I guess, what is it? Afro House, Jerusalem. What kind of dance is it? Dança da Família?
It has its root in Dança da Família.
Right, but is that considered Afro House or that Namibian South African genre? What's it called? Amampiano.
I think I will let.
Yeah, I think it's a Mampiano. I would vote more of a Mampiano.
Adilson Maeza will be the right person to respond to that question.
There you go.
And wow, that's young man that has done incredible work with that choreography. It's a guy that US need to have.
Yeah, the US needs to have.
Oh yes,
Maeza.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I picture he's doing free, inviting the entire city of Houston downtown.
Right.
And then we just redo it, the Jerusalem choreography, where everybody can just...
I think that if you're going to do something in Houston, it needs to be something different. He can start with Jerusalem to introduce people to the concept, but then he needs to do the Houston thing. So
you never
Houston
know.
Thing
that
can
guy has a lot on
else,
his
right?
pipeline.
I'm selfish like that. Because Jerusalem is being out. People already know. If you're going to do something in Houston, do something that then Houstoners will be known for as being the Maeza creation. Right?
I think it's about time. If he's like, if somebody's planning his arrival, Houston will be the place.
The place to be.
Yes. Houston will be the place.
There you go. So Maeza, if you're listening now, you know Houston is the place where you need to be. So I don't know where you are, what you're doing. If you're anywhere else, you already know. Yep, indeed. And that's coming from the investigator here. You should know where he is.
Right now he's doing a lot of work in Europe.
Okay.
He's between Luanda and Lisbon, Portugal. And so, we're in contact. We're good friends. I want to consider that we are good friends.
Okay.
For some reason, the last couple years, I have reached out to a lot of new Angolans talented, and I don't know if I am the mentor. No, I don't consider myself. I would say I'm more a friend.
The facilitator, maybe.
I would say friend.
Yeah, the friend. Well, I mean, friends facilitate.
I see people getting to a fame. I see people going away.
Right.
And I always find a way to just let those new ones know what they need to take in consideration, because you have to take advantage of every single stage of your life. And principally when you want to maintain that level of attention, and you want to always deliver, come up with new products and new. So there is a way to do it. There is a way to be consistent. There is a way to, let's say, if you have two great things happen, so don't let the two come out. Just leave one for the next time.
There you go.
So sometimes we get so exciting, we want to, put all that is up there, but we had to, navigate it and find the best way to release certain, even music. You cannot just music, hit song now and next week another hit song.
Yeah, it's sometimes you gotta out-chart yourself because, in my personal opinion, since tomorrow is not promised, you got to do what you need to do, because that energy that God has given you at that point in time is to be executed so that it can inspire others to execute at that level. That's my personal opinion. But I understand completely what you do. Without good strategy, sometimes things can go awry. So let's take another break and take a look at a few more images of what this Kizomba scene has to offer. Maybe here, maybe in Angola, I don't know. Let's just do anything. Let's take a look at something, and we'll be right back right here on Diaspora Central Spotlight with Gil Ingles and DJ Ross. BALUMUKA Fest is in the building.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight with Gil Ingles and, of course, DJ Ross. Yes, the Chief Executive Officer of BALUMUKA Mwangole, the major producer of BALUMUKA Fest. DJ Ross.
Thank you, Gil. It's a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to have this moment with you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, Noita de Panda was a Kizomba party.
Yes, indeed.
Right. Maybe extended to 3 days. But BALUMUKA Fest is now a festival.
Yes, we've been working for the last almost 4 years since we come up with the idea, and having Noita de Panda has I have take the opportunity to talk to some people. It was an idea just to have a weekender, or just to have initially was a 2 days event, but because of the attention and because of what we were able to attract as far as artists, and when I talk artists, instructors, DJs, bands, and so we could no longer keep Noita de Panda as the name of the event. And
but just the name, or even the content?
The content.
Right. Okay.
Even the content.
So in other words, what you're saying is the name no longer reflected what the content of what
and then
the
we
event
would do
would
not
be.
justice to keep the name.
Got you.
But Noita de Panda still be part of what BALUMUKA Fest is.
Okay.
Noita de Panda is still a team that the Saturday, because we had 2 nights. We have the BALUMUKA. We have BALUMUKA Fest has the name of the event.
Okay.
Friday we have Kusanguluka, which is a term in one of the Angolan traditional language.
Okay.
It's alegria in Portuguese, happiness in English. And so we have Kusanguluka has the name, the theme of Friday event.
So happiness.
Yes.
Okay.
And then Noita de Panda is the Saturday. So Noita de Panda is not going to still be embarked in the BALUMUKA Fest. And Sunday we have Kese, which also Alegria is a celebration.
Okay.
It's also expression one of our.
Okay, so that's Kese.
Kese, yes.
Okay. Now, being an event from the diaspora, and this is just being an event of the diaspora, how come there's not a name that honestly somewhat reflects what something that the diaspora would connect to?
The diaspora can connect to those names because when back in the days when people got used to what not just the African diaspora, but going back to the slavery time, having those gatherings and plantations, and those type of engagement date back to their tradition, looking to the motherland.
Right.
And so today, those expressions probably are expressions that people have forgotten because of the time, and has a lot of years has passed. But our native language is a reflection of what we are, and name the events, the night of events, to our original language. It's for us is acknowledging our tradition and then bringing the past to the present, which make us richer as far as culture, and also acknowledging that what we have become today. So the names, people will get familiar with the name. It's not hard to
the dialect. So in other words, what you're saying is this is also an opportunity to actually take the diaspora to its roots in their search of identity.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Because I mean, and I totally understand. Of course, I mean, Angola was one of the countries that did populate the majority of the East Coast in the United States of America. Right. The first landing slaves out of a ship in Jamestown happened to be of Angolan descent.
And don't forget King of Congo, which Angola was also part of.
Right, I mean, but when today when they talk about Angela, I believe, who was the first foot to actually, the first female foot to set, the first person to set foot in the U.S., she, I guess, is labeled as being from the Angola Kingdom, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes. Now, on some research that I've actually done, and this is just to go a little bit with the identity, is interesting enough because even the Gala, the Geechee, so the term Gala actually comes from Angola. There was just a pronunciation that is actually evolved from what it is. And I learned that from someone from that tribe who actually broke it down for me, because I've always wondered, and I'll tell you what's interesting. Once we were watching a documentary, and my grandmother at the time was here. My mother's sister that raised me and my grandmother, both of them could understand some of the Galas or the Geechee words being used.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So then when I watched the same documentary with my father's sister, she also could understand some of the words. And both my mother's side, of course, she is a Numbundu, and my father's side is a Kimbundu.
Yes.
So, which means that the Gala, the Geechee dialect actually still entails Buntu dialect.
Yes.
Right. So that takes it back. I guess in search of authenticity, that's the reason why these names.
Yes.
Okay. And I was asking because I'm sure that people wonder. Yes. Right.
And Noite da Dipanda, as a lot of you know, a lot of people got familiar with, really felt the need to not just create an event, but also have an event that is a representative of what we are as Angolans. Some people may not know, the organizer of BALUMUKA Fest, the organizers of Noite da Dipanda, they all Angolan. Of course, Angolans today, we would not have Kizomba and Semba what they are if we would not have the contribution of everybody all over the world, principally here in the U.S.
Right.
We have good DJs, DJ Galas, DJ Galu, out of Europe. It is between Europe and Canada, and DJs. We have DC. Our friend from
Oscar.
DC. Oscar from
BA.
DC.
Right, Oscar.
And we have Afro Diva. We have Mr. Angola that sometimes has a DJ, works as a DJ and dance instructors.
Yeah, but hold on a second. I thought that Mr. Angola is no longer Mr. Angola. He's now Lelis.
That's something that you may need to ask, because I still all over the social media I still see him as a Mr.
Okay, right. So Lelis. To me, he said that his official name is Lelis, so I'll go with Lelis.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, I would not forget DJ Nati. Now we have 2 DJs that are about to join us. It's still a surprise.
Okay.
But it's beautiful to see a lot of people really, supporting us. And really, it was about the time that Angolans, people that are originally from from Angola, would come up with the event of this magnitude.
Right.
So this is an event that you don't want to be part of.
Okay.
You really want to come out and be, because this is different.
You mean it's an event that you don't want to miss?
You don't want to miss.
Okay, it's an experience. Okay, so it's definitely something that someone wants to be a part of. But I still have a bone to pick here. So you mentioned the organizing committee is all Angolan. Is being Angolan a requirement to be?
Not
part of this.
Not necessarily.
Okay, so then what you're saying is you are recruiting still good members of
the Kizomba community,
of the Kizomba community to be part of the organizing committee for BALUMUKA Fest.
Yes.
Okay, there you have.
And that's the only way that we can really embody what is needed at this moment.
Right.
Of course, we go to almost every single event.
Right.
Even when there is not that authenticity that we would hope, we still, because we want to learn.
Right.
And we're still learning, and there is a lot of criticism about what we're doing. Some people.
Oh, really?
Yes, some people say.
You mean as far as BALUMUKA Fest?
BALUMUKA Fest.
Okay.
And the number of DJs and the numbers of people that are artists that we're putting together.
Got you.
And it is okay. It is okay to wonder, because some people think that this is the first time that we organize an event.
Got you.
But just for those, please, we invite you to join us. We all over social media. If you want to reach us, you can feel free to do so. Criticism sometimes is good, not sometimes it's good.
It's always good, in my opinion, because it allows you to, one, sense the temperature, two, adjust accordingly.
Exactly.
Right. In other words, it lets you know who your friends are.
That's so true.
Right. Yeah.
And so some of you may not see me all over social media, because I am a person that I like to work more than just talk.
Okay.
I prefer that my work really reflect what people end up seeing it. I don't tend to really put myself in front of the horses. I rather present and let my work talk for itself.
There you go. Yeah. So he's a man who's hands-on, who prefers to have his work reflect his ethics. Now, BALUMUKA Fest, what days is that happening?
November 3rd, November 4th, November 5th.
Okay. And where is it taking place?
It's taking place in Houston.
Okay.
There wouldn't be a better city to have the event.
Okay.
It's taking place in Houston, and it's 3000 North Loop, West Houston, Texas.
Okay.
It's the venue is an hotel, and the reason why we decided to, because we wanted people to be able to party until they cannot party anymore.
So now, to clarify something that I think we're hearing and many people may not be hearing the right information, it is a 24/7 event.
It is a 24/7.
This experience starts on Friday.
Actually, it's not. I have people arriving on Thursday.
Okay, so
the doors will be open Thursday.
Officially, officially this experience starts on Friday and does not end until Monday morning.
Monday morning, yes.
Non-stop, there will be several activities happening from intellectual level into just dancing, but every single night, of course, there is still a party that will go on from 11 p.m. until.
Yes.
And for those that really don't sleep, they can get out of the party then and go to other intellectual events.
They can
that will
take
entail
a
other
power
things.
nap or between.
In between, right?
Yes,
Yeah, they got to
can take a
replenish some
power-
kind, because, yeah.
Yeah. So we had classes, we have workshops.
Okay.
And some of the workshops will address Angolan culture, business opportunities, tourism. We will also talk about Angolan music, its origin, the dance itself,
Okay.
some historical discovery in Angola. We will get into some ethics as far as dancing and how how you have to conduct yourself on the dance floor. That is critical because lately there is a lot of complaints about guys not really respecting the ladies the way they're supposed to.
Okay.
And we're serious about that. We want
You
not
want-
just Angolan, but every single dancer, every single leader to really respect, show that that necessary respect for our ladies.
Right.
Because-
So I guess what I'm understanding here is maybe you have now investigated Kizomba and you applying the resolution of this investigation to ensure that you create a safe space
it is
for
necessary.
Kizomba dancers.
It is necessary.
Right. Because of course, and this is America, there are actually processes that can be followed by law. By individuals that in any way, shape, or form feel harassed. You just making sure that aside from that, you providing them what it is
A safe
socially,
environment.
and then how they can have that social environment and what the conduct for
and
it
then
is.
I will be I have to tell every single leader, every single guy that come and participate in our event.
Okay.
There will be things that I will not tolerate it.
Okay.
We will not accept it. We really serious about safety. We're serious about creating a safe environment for our queens, and they deserve it. Starting from knowing that you have a mom, you have a sister, and there's certain things that you would not do to your sister, to your mom, to your girlfriend, to your wife. So we expecting that you treat every single lady in our event with respect. And of course, we will have enough power force to take anybody out.
Okay. There you go. Now you're talking Monakashitu language. Eh? This is not Mamakudile. No, this is Monakashitu.
So we're gonna have the gala dinner. It will be beautiful. If you don't have your tickets for the gala, they may be gone.
Okay.
So you better get because the gala it is the heart. It is it will be basically the focal point of our event.
Okay.
You don't want to miss the gala.
Okay, so let's unpack the gala a little bit. Some of the things that you're trying to accomplish with the gala, or the purpose of the gala, what exactly is it?
We're going to have a fashion show.
Okay.
Imba will be basically leading that portion of the gala.
Okay, so the brand is Imba.
Imba.
Okay,
yes, Imba.
Spell
Imba
it
shoes,
spell it for our audience.
Imba HIMB. Imba.
Okay, Himba.
So, Imba.
Okay.
Yes. And I think if you go to our website, we may have a link. But if you go, Zilda Vicente is basically the CEO of Imba Shoes.
Okay.
And they're not doing just shoes. They doing so many
other things,
yes.
accessories,
exactly.
and things
bags.
of that sort. Okay.
This bag that I'm always keeping with me, it's Imba.
Oh, so that's a Himba bag.
Oh, this is a Imba bag. Yes.
Okay.
High quality.
Cool.
Cool. But there will be Imba will basically be in charge for the fashion moment.
Okay.
Then we had the dinner.
Now, when you say dinner, what exactly? What's the gastronomy?
Oh,
is
yes,
it traditional Angolan or
traditional food?
Gastronomy.
Will be the main course.
There you go. So the menu is Angolan.
Angolan, yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. And of course, drinks, time to network, mingle. We are having guests from basically everywhere. People from Angola, Portugal, England, and the Houston will represent Houston.
So a little bit more like a family reunion also for those individuals that have actually given a lot into Kizomba.
Yes,
this is actually the opportunity for them to come out and chill out, relax, and kind of see what is it that Kizomba is
and there is a surprise. There will be a big surprise, but some people already maybe freaking out. They are figuring that out. The lineup of DJ, they're not just coming to perform.
Okay.
The lineup of instructors, they're not just coming to teach. The event basically was created to be used to really get all these people the recognition, the acknowledgement that they have, the contribution that they have done to what is Kizomba, what is Samba.
Okay.
And a lot of people have come to know Angola through those instructors, to the musics, to the dance.
Right.
And for us as Angolan, we humbly take this moment to really show appreciation for principally DJs that are not Angolan, instructors that are not Angolan. We highly appreciate what you have done. We highly appreciate the contribution that you've been doing year after year. Even if it is your, I would say, your source of income, we're not really focused on that. We just focus on what you have done to what is Kizomba today. And for that, we really want to basically say thank you.
Okay.
The live music, the band, it's something that Angolan event. It will not be an event if we don't have a live music in the band.
Indeed, because traditionally, a lot of people don't know. Traditionally, a Kizomba gathering was really played by the band, and the DJs or the music on records would be put on the breaks while the band was resting or changing, right?
And yes, in a few hours, you will come to know who we're going to have this year. There's two artists, two very prestigious Americans know a lot of those artists, a lot of the music, and it will be an occasion to not just listen to the music, listen to the band, but it will also be occasion to really be in contact with these singers because they are very down-earth people. You will be able to have us direct access to those artists. And last year we had the Editusa, which for those who were not present and saw the videos, it was a very enjoyable moment. And this year we're going to have, I'm not going to tell you now, but in a few hours we will know it. They are so happy to be with us, and it will be an event that you don't want to miss.
Okay. So basically, there's no announcement on who the artist that he's talking about is going to be here today on Diaspora Central. But okay, let's put it this way. We do understand, of course, that there are a good lineup. There is a good lineup of artists, DJs, instructors, and pretty much everyone is really welcome to come, chill out, relax, come to this family reunion, come understand what I guess we would consider Farra do Quintal is like. Farra do Quintal. All right. Now, there are also movies. There's actually a portion of an artist talks,
right? Yeah, there will be two features
talks. Two movies featured.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are Angolans, done by Angolans. There will be Rainha Ginga, Queen Ginga. And then we also Bangology. That's what represents Angola.
Bangology.
Yes.
A ciência da banga. So the banga science.
Yeah. So those are movies that principally for those who will stay at the hotel, they will have the opportunity to really take advantage of the entire event.
Gotcha.
We have a lot going on.
Okay.
There are things that I'm not allowed to say.
Pool parties, jacuzzi parties, everything is happening. It's gonna be at Brook Hollow Sheraton Hotel.
Yes.
You can book your stay ahead of time and for the entire
you can
amount
book
of days.
Through us, or you can use our link
and go directly to the hotel.
Yes.
But you recommend staying
through our
the 3
website,
days.
you're gonna get you can get a discount.
Okay.
Through us, you of course you got the package that we have. Through the hotel, through our website, you're gonna get a discount.
Okay.
Just to say that we take care of your breakfast.
Okay.
If you get your ticket, your breakfast will be included.
There you go.
I think people will stay at hotel. They will have no problem with the meals.
Okay.
We'll
There you
make
go.
sure that you guys are fed. There is enough food. There is enough drink for everybody that stay at hotel.
Well fed.
Yes.
Yes. Now, just something. This is a private initiative, right? This
Yes.
is a private initiative.
Yes.
And this private initiative is basically trying to bring together, I guess, all communities
Of
of
course.
not only the diaspora of Angolans and business entrepreneurs and diplomats,
yes.
students. Everybody's coming in
Yes.
together to create, I guess, an environment where we all can show in actuality what that essence of Angola
Angolan
is.
culture. Yes.
Right. So the dates again, which are November 3rd through the 5th.
I would say 6, but I will skip with.
Okay. The 5th is good
Come
enough.
out and enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are preparing a party for you.
All right. BALUMUKA Fest. No announcement on the artist, but it is okay. Mr. Rosario Luis,
Give me
thank
20.
you and welcome.
Give me less than 24 hours.
Okay.
We will prepare the announcement.
There you go.
By tomorrow, everybody will know
Okay.
who we're bringing.
So eventually the announcement will be made. So for those of you that took time out of your schedule and we're waiting on the announcement for this artist, guess what? It didn't happen today. Yeah. So Mwangole.
I was about to say
so
it, but
it's
we had to wait.
so Mwangole that I cannot even complain about it. But Mr. Rosario Luis, thank you for taking
It's
time
my
of showing up
pleasure.
here at
Thank
Diaspora
you.
Central. Remember, this is home for you. So at any point in time, hey, BALUMUKA Fest, November 3rd through the 5th, show up and show out. Till next time, peace.